Welcome to the shift. We are here.
Oh,
Oh boy, the shift is here. The shift is here. My light's not even turned on the left of me, Nick. It's probably a little like I gotta go turn it on real quick. I'm gonna turn. Look at me. Look at that. That light's got to get turned
look at
on.
you.
Hold on 1 second.
You have more light than me. You have more light than me. So
Does that
look at
even? I don't
you.
even know that. Did that do anything? Did that do anything?
Probably like a minuscule amount.
Minuscule.
Very
You're always using these
minuscule
words,
amount.
bro. Like I know what the word minuscule
Minuscule.
means, but like I feel like you're always bringing out these words I don't like usually
You know,
normally use
hey,
is what I'm saying.
hey. I
What?
got a wide range of my vocabulary. So
Right.
a little,
Right. Just to
little
yeah. I know it's not knowledge for up here, so I can I can continue to grow as a person and as whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now.
I don't even know.
But
Who knows?
but you know what's got my head all screwed up right now, Nick, is that last night I was at work and
Yep.
it was about
Yep.
like 11:30 p.m. The news comes down, man, and like this isn't even like surprising. Like I feel like as baseball fans, we kind of knew that this was inevitable to a certain extent. The talk around, the guy that has dominated baseball the last couple of years, Shohei Ohtani. I mean, it's we all kind of had that deep down that thought of like, okay, when this type of stuff gonna happen? Like he's had injury problems in the past. It comes out that Shohei Ohtani last night about between like 11 and midnight Eastern time, he's gonna have to get UCL surgery. I believe he had an injury in game one of a doubleheader with Cincinnati yesterday.
Yep.
Um, Man, it sucks. It really does suck. So Ohtani is not going to pitch the rest of the year. I believe he's going to be able to hit. So he's not like done for the
Yep.
season, right? He's going to at least be able to hit. And at the same time, Mike Trout right back to the IL with what I think, Nick, if correct me if I'm wrong, is the same injury he was dealing with right before he went on the IL,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's I believe it was wrist injury. So listen, they're losing two of the best players of the generation in Mike
Right.
Trout, Shohei Ohtani. Trout injured most of the year. I mean, he's been out for a long time, and then right back on the injured list. They think they're going to get him back before the end of the season. You might as well shut him down the rest of the year. You want to get him healthy, but I mean, the Ohtani thing. There's a lot riding on him, right? Like, what do you make of this now? The UCL injury now. He was probably he's going to be a free agent. What does this do for his free agency now? Like
Yeah,
what does the
100%.
market think of him now? Like is he just going to be able to hit next year? Like how significant is the injury going to be? Are they going to have to limit his innings? Like what is it going to happen now with what his market shows? And I don't know. I don't know what teams are going to make of this because this is a significant injury. He can't throw. They're shutting him down the rest of the season, and it makes you wonder what does it mean for him going forward into free agency? It really does, and it's going to be fascinating to see what he ends up getting now. He's still going to get probably the biggest contract, but man, the fact he's not going to be pitching, it gives you some question marks.
Yeah, and like so a couple of things that I want to hit on here as we talk about this unfortunate news. I think as baseball fans, all of us, even if you're like a Seattle fan or a Houston fan, anybody in that division, like I think all of us as baseball fans, want to see Trout and Ohtani play just because what they mean to the sport of how good they are. They mean a lot to Major League Baseball, and young baseball fans out there, baseball fans in general. They mean a lot. For the Angels, they're screwed. They weren't going to make the playoffs anyway. We already knew that, but it's not even a possibility now. I don't know how long Trout's going to be out for. I haven't seen. And have you seen the updates at all on any of this
No,
stuff?
it's it.
I haven't really seen the updates.
They think maybe they can get it back before the end of the season, but I mean, it's not looking good to say the least. It's not looking good. That's where we're at right now with Trout. Like he's back on the IL. Like he's gonna miss some more time. Like he's gonna miss some more time. They have no shot. It doesn't matter. I would shut him down the rest of the season. There's what, a month left now, a month and a half left. You might as well just shut him down at this point. There's no point. What are they, 10 and a half games out of a playoff spot right
Yeah.
now? So
I mean, after they
if
went
I'm
all
the
in at the deadline.
Angels, Yeah, they go all in at the deadline. They are poorly run franchise. And but with Otani, like, does this mean more teams might get involved? You know what I mean? Like are more teams going to get involved in the
I think
bidding
it's
war?
funny
Like
you
I don't
mentioned
know.
that. I think
I
it's
don't
funny you
know.
mentioned that. Yeah, go ahead, finish. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like, are more teams gonna like because the price might come down now, right? Like because he's gonna have the UCL like tear, like yeah, like he may pitch again. Who knows? Who knows what he's gonna look like pitching again? He can hit through it. So are you paying him for being both, and he's not gonna be able to pitch for a while? Like I don't know. Like maybe the price comes down and other teams are able to jump in because you can't give him like a lot of teams aren't going to be able to pay the 5, 6, 7, 800 million, whatever crazy number he would get. Like now, does that come down to maybe like 4, 350? Like who knows? Like I think maybe more teams could get involved in his sweepstakes.
I know, and I think this is. I'm glad you had this perspective because I actually think about it from the other side. I was thinking about this last night. Like now, what if you're because this is I'm thinking this if I'm a GM. What if you're thinking? Okay, Otani is he gets the UCL injury here. He had Tommy John a couple of years ago. So this is the second time something with the elbow. Is it even worth giving him that much money? Um, you know, considering he's only going to be a hitter, is it worth giving him 350 to 400 saying, well, the value is supposed to be because of both the bat and him pitching. I get it. He's still a great hitter. Um, I don't know. Like, does that drive certain teams out of it, even if it does go lower down? Like, I think it's an interesting dynamic. I think
Yeah,
there might be teams that are like, okay, do I even want to pay 350 to 400? Do I even want to do that? Um, I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's bad timing for obviously it's horrible timing for Ohtani and what he potentially could get in free agency. I just think it's interesting. I think that I understand your side for sure. I get that. Maybe there's more teams that are going to be in now. There might be more teams that are like, oh, screw it. Let's just try to take a chance. And but I don't know, man. If I'm a GM, I'm thinking, man, people have been talking about, is this guy going to get burned out? Is he not going to be able to stay healthy enough to just pitch, or I mean, to do both? And now it's already what? This is 5 years into his career. It's 2023. So I don't know. Maybe teams
yeah.
are like, you know what? Maybe we don't need to go get him. And we don't. Maybe we can put our energy and maybe put our money into other names or just energy elsewhere and not Shohei Ohtani. That's kind of the thing that came to mind for me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a reasonable way to think about this if you're a GM heading into free agency. Like I don't know, like the bat's there. Like he's still an incredible hitter. He's got 44 home runs on the season, batting over 300, close to 150 hits. Like he's still a great hitter. But you also have to think about it. Like he is going to be 30 next year, so he's going to be entering his age 30 season as well. He's going to probably be towards the back end, right, of his prime now. Like once you hit 30, that's when you start coming down a little bit, like 32, 33. So if you're going to give him this long-term contract, 10 years, 12 years, whatever crazy number that he gets thrown out to, I, I don't know. Maybe does he a shorter term deal now? Like what's his thinking? You also have to think about that. Like what does he want now because of this injury? And he's doing something that really hasn't been done ever since like Babe Ruth. So yeah, he's not going to pitch for a little while. Like when he pitches again, he's going to be 31, 32. It's another factor, like the age as well. And, like you mentioned, burnouts is a thing. So it's gonna be fascinating because now it's thrown everything off into a loop. We were talking about all year. Everyone was waiting for when he hits free agency, who's he going to go to, how much money he's going to get, like how big is this contract going to be. And now I think it's going to come down a little bit, and maybe he doesn't take that long term deal. Maybe he wants to stay in an Angels uniform for another year, and then maybe come back and retest the market. Like you don't know what they could be thinking now.
Yeah, those are some great points. So, and also like, let's one last thing here. Like, now what is this? Like, Mike Trout is now like, he's really getting plagued by these injuries these last couple of years. He is how old now? Is he 30? So what is he? He's got to be
Let
30,
me
like
double check.
132. Let me see. I'm looking
Yeah,
32.
definitely.
So
32.
I
Yep.
mean, think about it. A couple of injuries this year, injuries last year, injuries 2021. They only played 36 games.
Yeah.
I think 2019 he might have had some injuries too. Like, I mean, he hasn't played at least 140 games since 2018. I mean, this guy's on track to be one of the best players ever. And still one of the best primes ever for sure. Like, the first, 2012 to 2019, some of the best seasons we've seen or stretched by, a baseball player in history.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is tough going forward for Trout, man. I mean, it seemed like that back stuff was last year, earlier this year, that was gonna give him problems for the rest of his career. This isn't good for him, man. This is a wrist injury. This isn't good for Trout either. This isn't good for the Angels. This isn't good for Trout. This isn't good for baseball. So overall, this isn't good, man.
Do you think about moving Trout for the Angels in the offseason? I mean, seriously, at this point, why not?
What, trade him? I guess trade him.
Yeah, move on. Trade him at this point. Get some
And get
value
what? I
back.
mean, like, my thing is, like, I mean, is the team gonna want him because of the injuries? I don't know. Like, I guess
a
there's a
team will
team
take.
out.
There's 100% a team out there that'll take a chance on Mike Trout. 100%. There's no doubt in
Yeah.
my mind. Now, the value they give up, I don't know how high it would be. I'm sure they could get a decent package for Mike Trout, some decent prospects back. But if you're the Angels, it's not working. It's not working.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna lose Ohtani. Who knows what happens now? Obviously with the injury, but with Trout, I mean, you're dealing with all these injuries. It hasn't worked. You have a lot of money tied up into him. Why don't you kind of just start the restarting, rebuilding now? I mean, it hasn't worked. They haven't made the playoffs in how many years now? They're not going to make it this year. I know mathematically, technically, they're still alive, but they have no shot. If you look at it, just from what's left in the season. But yeah, I think you got to think about moving on from Trout. The injuries have really. I mean, I know how great of a player he is, but the injuries have really hurt him over the past couple of years. If he's not on the field, what's the point at this point? If you're the Angels, I get he's a franchise cornerstone type of player. He's an all-time player. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer one day. But if he's not going to be on the field, he's not going to be available. I mean, and with the way things have shaken out, wouldn't you want to try and get some value for him now instead of when it really starts to flounder as he gets older in age?
I agree with you 100%. All right, so let's so yeah, we definitely obviously had to hit on the Trout and Ohtani stuff because that's the biggest news of the last about 12 to 24 hours. So news sucks. But also, Nick, we have a short show today.
Short show.
Short show. So before we get to a few rookie debuts to end the show, we're going to let's bring back the segment. Let's bring it back. To be honest with you, man, I missed this segment. I was upset because you didn't want to bring it. I was upset because you didn't want to bring it back sooner. But you know what? Patience is a virtue. That's what I've learned. Patience is a virtue.
Now all the build up for it. Now you're excited, and now
a build up for there were some fun things about doing this all-time roster, and there were some not fun things, and we're gonna both vent about it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's how do we do this in the past? What do we do? We go back and forth? Did I give you mine, or how did that work? I forget. Wow.
Let's go back and forth. We'll go back and forth each position, and then we'll give what our lineup is.
Yeah.
We'll give what our lineup is. That's what we'll do.
All right, you go first. Start with the catcher.
All right, I'm gonna start with the catcher. So we're doing the Cincinnati Reds, by the way. Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, well, it's important to introduce the team. Jesus.
Yeah, thanks for botching that, Francisco. Jeez.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god, this is all. Oh wow, goodness, go ahead.
It's all right. Cincinnati Reds are the team we chose to do this week. All-time lineup. This one was. We had pretty similar lineups here. Pretty similar players. But catcher to start off, we have the same one. There shouldn't be a question. Johnny Bench, all-time catcher. There's not much to say there. I mean, one of the best catchers of all time, if not the best catcher of all time. He's got to be my catcher here for the Reds. Unbelievable numbers: 1,091 runs, 389 home runs, over 1,300 RBIs, 267 career batting average, 476 slugging. Guy was legit, and behind the dish, all timer, man, defensively. So Johnny Bench, my catcher.
We are indeed in agreement. Johnny Bench.
Woo!
It was never anybody else.
Nope.
Shout out to all the other Reds catchers that I can't even think of off the top of the head. I don't even know who the Reds
Ernie
catcher is right now.
Lombardi. Ernie Lombardi was another one. Decent catcher.
Good for him. Or good shout out. Is it Ernie Lombardi?
Ernie Lombardi.
Shout out to Ernie.
Ernie Lombardi.
All right, I'll give you my first baseman. I'm gonna go with Joey Votto, potentially a future Hall of Famer. On base machine, former 2010 National League MVP. There's a couple of guys in this all-time lineup here that could play first base, but the way it sorted itself out for me, I'd go with Votto. Votto's like I said, Votto's just been I don't want to say underrated career. I think people do appreciate him. We'll see what happens when his career's over and maybe possibly be in Cooperstown. But Votto's my first baseman.
Yeah, maybe we'll go see him in Cooperstown when he possibly gets inducted one day. I have Joey Votto too. No question. Best first baseman in their history. He's pretty much strictly first base because all the other players that are on this list have played first base.
Yeah, they're playing all these positions.
But I'm going Joey Votto. It's easy. Like you mentioned, 420, over 400 on base percentage for his career. He's been a Red for life. No question to go Joey Votto. Face of the franchise for a long time. Probably underrated because he's been with the Reds in a smaller market. I think that's probably has a little bit to do with it. But Joey Votto, first base.
Word.
All right.
Word.
All right. Second base. This one was pretty self-explanatory too. I mean, I think we're in agreement here. Brandon Phillips, one of the guys. I'm not picking Brandon Phillips. That's not my second.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought you picked Brandon Phillips.
No.
Shut off the show right now.
I wanted to scare you, but an honorable mention type guy. I wanted to scare you. I was waking you up a little bit. But
thanks for waking me up. Thanks for telling the audience how I overslept again.
Lonnie Frey. I mean, there's some guys in there, but the easiest one, the slam dunk answer here is Joe Morgan, Hall of Fame second baseman, over 800 runs, 152 home runs for his career, over 400 stolen bases, OBP over 400. Easy decision here. A couple honorable mentions. They've had some good second basemen throughout their history, but Joe Morgan's the best. Had to have him in the lineup.
Yeah, I went Brandon Phillips. I don't know what you're talking about.
I woke you up. Up with that one. I know I did.
Wake up, Fran. I'm here. Joe Morgan is definitely the answer to that. Joe Morgan, nothing to argue with there. All-timer. Good for him. Shortstop. Barry Larkins on the shift. Hey, Barry. There he is. Shout out to John Johnson. Shout out to John. Sorry, I had to imitate you real quick. Work with John Johnson last night from WIP. But yeah, Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer, professional hitter, professional base stealer, professional shortstop defensively. We saw him at the Hall of Fame just about a month ago. So shout out to Barry. I think you're in agreement with me here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. In agreement with Barry Larkin. Hall of Famer, 198 home runs, 379 stolen bases, 395 batting average. Easy decision here. Best shortstop in Reds history. And he's in Cooperstown. So Barry Larkin.
Correct.
Easy one here. Now, I had to correct you on this one earlier for third base. Some honorable mentions. He could go Scotty Rowland, who just got inducted, but Tony Perez. Tony Perez is my third baseman. Over 900 runs in his career, 287 home runs, 1,100 RBIs. This one was pretty easy too, but you didn't know he played third base. You had him in the outfield. So
I think he was more afraid. That was bad. I don't know where. Hey, man, I've been tired.
It's all right. So we got him at third base. I know you have him at third base. You were mixing matching positions. I know one guy threw you off a little bit because he's played all everywhere that we haven't gotten to yet. But yeah, Tony Perez, third base for me.
Yeah, Tony Perez, not an outfielder. He's not in my lineup. Let's just put it that way. Third baseman for me is Pete Rose. I got
Oh,
Pete
wait, you went
Rose
Pete
at third.
Rose? Oh, you switched it on me again.
What did I say? What did I say? Yeah, I switched on you last minute just to mess with you. Hell
Ah,
yeah. I should have
all right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
start doing this thing where I'm gonna like if we when next time we do these lineups, I'm just gonna like mess around with you, be like, oh, this is my guy beforehand. I'll be like, yeah, this is my guy. I'm going with this guy, and then boom, I'm gonna surprise you. That's what I just did
Did
right there.
did here. Put Pete at
Pete Rose
third.
did play some third base. I don't know how much. If you go to his baseball reference page, it does
I can
say
tell
he.
you right now.
Okay, go ahead. Let's say he
No,
played
never
third
mind.
base.
Hold up. Never mind. Hold up.
Yeah,
I got pulled up
that's
for
what
a
I
second.
thought.
Give me a second.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Looks
I
like
had
games
it. I
by
had it in
position.
front of me.
Let's see games
But
by position.
continue.
Let's see. No, hold on. I'm
Uh,
about to see. It doesn't matter. It says he was on third baseman on baseball reference. So that's what I'm going by. So
okay.
Pete Rose, I don't want to. I really don't want to touch too much on Pete Rose. I'm sorry. All-time hit leader. All-time hit leader. Good for you, bro. That's it. I don't think a person of his magnitude or that's all. All you listeners and viewers, and we love you, by the way. You understand why I'm not going to touch too much on
All
Pete
right.
Rose, but all-time hitter. So
All right,
there
I
you go.
got it. I pulled it up. According to CBS Sports. He played first base 939 games, 673 in left field, and 634 at third. And second base
I told
628,
you.
right field
Third
589,
baseman.
and center at 73. You can
By the
put
way,
him anywhere, dude.
by the way, did you say Scott? You were going to put Scott Rowland. He played like 2
No,
years there.
I know. I said honorable mention. If you wanted to go with him,
Honorable
it's fine.
mention my butt. I go
Honorable
Eugenio
mention.
Suarez over him. I go
Just
Eugenio
saying, it's
Suarez
an
over
honorable
him.
mention. Okay, it's fine. I picked
Look
Tony
at his
Perez.
look at his numbers
picked-
when he freaking made the All-Star team. It was not
picked
deserved.
Tony Perez. I picked Tony Perez.
Good for you.
I picked Tony
I'm
Perez.
happy
I didn't
for
pick
you.
Scott Rowland. I'm not gonna cry when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's just not what I do with Scotty R.
That's what I do, bro. I cry. I know. They just make that.
In case you
that.
didn't know.
You know.
In case the listeners didn't know, Francisco cried when Scott Rowland got inducted.
I cried a lot of things, but
it's
digress.
unreal. It's unbelievable. All right, continuing. Where are we at? Are we going to the outfield now?
We are. Give me your 3 outfielders. I'll give you my 3 outfielders.
All right, we going to 3 outfielders. All right. So my 3 outfielders are Pete Rose, where he played most of his career. Vada Pinson in center. I have Pete in left, and Frank Robinson in right.
Vada Pinson. What the hell is wrong with you? Vada Pinson. Who the hell are you? We don't know who you are. What? It sounds like a. I don't know. He sounds like a painter. I don't know. He sounds like an Andrew Painter.
You know what's crazy? I'm looking out my window right now, and my next door neighbor has a painter out there, the Sherwin-Williams guy.
Oh, really? That's wild. See?
I swear to God.
Look how things just
looking out my window right here.
Look at that. The world's just crazy.
Okay.
Shout out to the world.
Go ahead. Let's hear your outfield.
You want to hear mine? All right. So I went,
I
Frank
guess.
Robinson for sure.
Okay. You got one right.
George Foster for sure.
Okay. It's not bad.
George Foster had some good years there for the Reds. He was a power hitter,
Cool.
And then dun dun dun. I haven't done that in a while. One more time. Dun dun dun. Actually, this guy definitely deserves a big one like that. Pause. Adam Dunn. Stop playing with Adam Dunn. What's wrong with people? People don't want to give Adam Dunn his flowers. OPS plus for his career, 124. Oh my God. His rookie year, a 136 OPS plus to start his career. Only 66 games. But from his stretch from 2004, 2008, 46 homers, 40. I'm an old man. I'm 40. Jesus. Okay. 462 career homers. No, he was not good defensively. But I will go ahead.
No, did you say from when? 04 to when?
08.
08. Yeah. He led the league in strikeouts in 04, 05,
right.
06.
I'm fine with that. Ryan Howard struck out a lot too, but we don't hate Ryan Howard. We don't hate Ryan Howard, do we? Adam Dunn was basically Ryan Howard. That's okay.
And you didn't have Tony Perez or Vada Pinson in your lineup?
That's cool. Dunn? I wanted someone with pop. I wanted someone with true pop. Someone that you know how much I love Kyle Schwarber, man. I love Kyle Schwarber and his 185 batting average. No one cares, dude. No one cares
Oh,
about that stuff anymore.
batted
Look, Adam,
237 for his
where's
career.
his? Look at that. Look at this,
Oh,
dude. 2012 for the White
two,
Sox. This isn't for the Reds, but Adam
oh,
Dunn, right? 41 homers, 204 average, 222 strikeouts. What a beast.
you're
The three
killing me.
true outcomes. The three true outcomes. By the way, from the stretch from 04 to 08. Oh boy, look at this on base percentage for those that 382. It's good. That's good.
It's good.
915 OPS. Stop playing with him. 206 homers. Even a guy as big as him, 6'6", 285,
He's a
he
good
stole
player.
63 bases for his career. That's pretty
Oh,
solid. Stop playing with Adam Dunn.
okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't
All
know
right.
why you wouldn't want someone like Adam Dunn in your lineup. That's all I'm saying. You wouldn't
I
put
have
you
Frank
put
Robinson. I have.
Yeah. Okay. Who else you got? Vita Pinson? No one's putting
Yeah.
Vita Pinson over Adam Dunn.
I think they are. I want
It's
some
always the
speed in
outfielders
center.
for us.
I want someone in his speed in center field, man. I mean, he's way before our time, but he had speed, man. Over 200 stolen base for career. A great batting average, 297, over 800 RBIs.
Two stats that no one cares about anymore.
Oh, stop it! All you love is these
RBIs
oh
and batting average. Oh my
They
god,
matter. They matter. They've mattered
in 1928, back then they mattered. I'm glad
dawn of time. Since the dawn of time, they've mattered.
Yeah, you should have lived when dinosaurs lived.
4-time All-Star, won a Gold Glove out there in center field. I mean, he's part of that great Reds era. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Vita Pinson.
Wait, so when did Vita? What's his name? Pinson.
Vita Pinson played from 58 to 68.
So it was before the Big Red Machine.
No, it was right before the big red machine era. Right before.
Well, good for him. Much. I still put Adam Dunn over. I'm still putting Adam Dunn there,
okay.
man. Adam Dunn was
you love strikeouts.
Underappreciated.
Striking out.
An out is an out. What are you talking about?
Where are you gonna put him in your lineup? Where you put? All right,
I'm putting him. You're gonna get.
Fourth.
Are we going? We'll go to lineup in a second. Actually, we'll come back to this. Let's see. Let's go back. All right. So, what about who's your starting pitcher?
My start. Well, we had some problems with our starting pitcher. They don't.
It's not our problem. It's their problem.
Yeah, I could go back into the early 1900s. I can go way back. Like they had a lot of great pitchers back in like the day. I'm not caught up on all my Reds all-time pitchers, man. Like I'm like, who are the who? I just went kind of more new school. Who had a pretty decent career with them. I went Johnny Cueto. He had a good run with the Reds for a little while there, from 08 to 15. I'm going Cueto as my starting pitcher. I mean, I don't know some of these guys, man. I mean, Noodles Hahn. You want me to put Noodles Hahn?
What a
who
name
started his career
for
in
the name.
1899. I mean, he was a great pitcher, Hall of Famer, but I can't say I'm all studied up on his career. I'm just not, So I'm going Johnny Cueto on the bump. Prime Cueto.
I didn't pick one. I purposely did not pick one.
I know.
They didn't deserve it. They don't. The Reds' history doesn't deserve it. Which one would you go? Nick Lodolo because of his future, possibly, or Hunter Green's future? I don't know.
Well,
you want to pick them?
I'll say this. I would so find a way to add Ellie De La Cruz into this lineup if I could.
I know you would. I'm glad you didn't. Jesus Christ. I also, by the way, didn't pick a closer. Like, if I had to go with somebody, what am I going with? Rod Dibble or Danny Graves? Like, it's not worthy enough. Come on, dude. What are we doing here, man?
It's not.
What are we doing? The Reds, that's your fault. That's Cincinnati's fault. You guys gotta, do something with Lodolo and Edwin Diaz's Alexis Diaz. Do something with these guys. Keep them in Reds uniforms forever and make sure that they have long, luxurious careers where they can be, big names, because this was not fun with the pitching. I genuinely didn't. I had fun with the lineup. I did not have fun with the pitching. I don't want to pick Johnny Cueto. I don't want to pick Aaron Harang. I don't want to pick Danny Graves. I don't want to pick these guys. I want to pick somebody notable, and no one was there.
Yeah. So I Yeah, I mean, listen, they were just, it's just they were way like you look at some of the lists of like top Reds pitchers. I'm going through them and I'm doing my research before the show. I'm just like, I had trouble picking a pitcher, man. I mean, could have went Noodles Hahn, obviously Hall of Famer. Bucky Walters. We're going way back. We're going way back with that. So Cueto's gonna be my starter. Cueto's my starter.
All right. I'm
But
glad you actually.
no,
I give you props for actually choosing one. I didn't choose it.
yeah,
I'll give
I
you my
wanted to
lineup
go.
though.
I grew up. I grew up with Cueto, so it's like I'll go with
Yeah,
Cueto
I get it.
as my guy.
I get it.
As my guy.
Giants had a great career. I get
Yeah,
it. I give him props.
yeah.
All right, so my lineup will go like this: Barry Larkin, Pete
Okay.
Rose, Frank Robinson hitting third, Adam Dunn right there, smack dab in the middle in that cleanup spot, hitting dingers.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, Joey
Okay.
Votto, George Foster. We're not doing a
Okay.
DH. So, and then no pitcher. They just don't have a pitcher. So they might just,
Sit
we
out.
got to, we
Just
got to
an
have, you know,
out.
what's funny? I just thought is we got to have like just an out literally. And that third inning, it's just going to be one out already. We got to have like a tournament at the end once we pick all our all-time lineups. So it got to be a tournament. We got to have like a bracket, like a fantasy bracket.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. That's a good
that would be
idea.
dope.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready for mine?
Go ahead.
All right. Barry Larkin leading off. Joe Morgan 2. Pete Rose 3. Frank Robinson 4. Johnny Bench 5th. Tony Perez 6th. Joey Votto 7. And Veda Pinson 8th. And then pitcher 9th. Johnny Cueto.
And then out. Oh, Cueto. Right.
Yeah, I got Cueto. Cueto, maybe he gets some base hits for me. Who knows?
Yeah,
It's better than
feel like I think maybe did he hit a home run with the Giants? I feel like I saw him hit a home run.
I want to see. Let me look up his.
Pretty sure he did.
His stats from.
I'm 99% sure he's
batting.
hit a home run.
Has he?
I'm like
maybe
99%.
Trying to find it. Let's see.
I'm like 99%.
Give me 1 second. You think?
Yeah, you get all the time that you want.
Here we go. He has a career. He's 18 RBIs, no home runs in his career.
Okay.
He has a total of. Bless you. It's a total of 27 base hits. 27 base hits. So got a better shot than you of keeping an inning alive.
Good for Cueto. Good for Cueto.
Good for him, man.
Well, that's our those are all our Reds all-time lineups.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Reds offense. No shout out to their history of pitching. Do better. That's all I'm gonna say. Do better with Lodolo, Hunter Green, and
they just don't
Andrew Abbott.
They just don't have like the notable names. Like their lineup has like bench. Like they just don't have like these names that like in recent history, we should say.
And they're such a storied franchise. Like screw this, man. I'm upset. I'm like genuinely like I'm upset.
Like
you never
like to us and like newer and to newer fans, they're not gonna know some of the old pitchers from the Reds. So it's just hey, Hunter Green, man, on his way.
Shout out to Hunter Green. Yeah, Hunter Green's fun to watch.
On his
way. Shall we end the show talking about a few prospect debuts? Nick, I don't know if you want to. Yeah, if you want to start here, let's talk about the highest ranked left-handed pitcher, in the top 100 prospects this year. Talk about him.
Yes. Kyle Harrison made his debut against the Philadelphia Phillies for the San Francisco Giants. I believe he's number 20 on MLB.com's top 100, top-ranked left-handed pitcher in all of baseball. He had an okay first start. I mean, he wasn't going to go very long, kind of knew that. They've kind of kept his pitch count. I don't think he's gone above like 85 pitches this year, something along those lines. He's been a little banged up as well down in the minors this season too. So he went 3 1/3 innings, gave 5 hits, 2 earned runs, gave up a home run, I believe it was to Bryce Harper in that ball game as well. But he kind of settled in. He was hitting his spots. Only 1 walk in this one. he's a guy's going to strike people out. And he had 5 strikeouts in this ball game. So pretty good start for Kyle Harrison going to a tough Philadelphia environment for your first start. Not too easy at all. So hey, got to give him credit. They didn't win that game. But hey, he got his first start, went into the 4th inning, looked pretty good. Was striking hitters out. And command sometimes has been a little bit of an issue for him. But I thought he looked okay. And I think I get it's August. We're heading into September. I think next year I'd like to see him stretched out a little bit more because I'd want him to go a little bit longer in his starts. He hasn't really this year. Try and get that pitch count up a little bit, stretch his arm out over the next year or so. But yeah, Kyle Harrison, I would say a decent debut for him against the Phillies.
Yeah. I also was glad to see him get touched up. I'm just gonna say that.
I was too. I can't lie.
As a Phillies fan, just
can't lie.
Just happy to see that. But
yeah.
All right. So on the other side, we got to see Parker Meadows of the Detroit Tigers. I'm like, he definitely is Austin Meadows' brother. There's no possible way he's not, right? He looks exactly like him.
I don't know.
He definitely is. How the hell do I'm looking at, hold on, look at his baseball reference page. He's 100% his brother, right? How is he not? No way. That's BS. He looks right.
Is he
okay? Because it doesn't say on baseball reference. Usually it says like your brothers. Yeah.
He's a younger brother. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not telling me, at least on baseball reference, it's not. But I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Anyway, so he debuted on what was that? The 21st was 3 days ago, so that is Monday night. He went 1 for 5, got his first knock. But honestly, overall, over his first 3 games, over the last 3 days, it's what we've seen from him overall because of what he can possibly do in his career as far as his talent goes in Arsenal. He hit a triple the other night on Tuesday, and I believe the stat was that he it's okay. He reached 29.9 feet per second on his first MLB triple to deep center field, according to Statcast. 30 is elite, and this is according to Jason Beck on Twitter. Shout out to him. So there's that, and then he made a really awesome catch on Cody Bellinger. I forget if it was the same game, if it was the game after, but regardless, he made a huge diving catch, and we get to see what he can also do in the outfield with that speed, like what he had with the triple there on Tuesday. So yeah, Parker Meadows, he went 2 for 3 with a walk in his second game, and then he makes that big catch on Bellinger. So has a good debut overall, his first 3 games of his career. He's exciting to watch. He's the brother of Austin Meadows. Austin Meadows, somebody with a lot of talent as well that we've seen with Tampa Bay and Detroit. So Parker Meadows, a good debut. So we get some interesting debuts here from Kyle Harrison and Parker Meadows, Nick.
Yeah, good stuff. Love seeing the young guys get called up. You know me, I love my prospects. So seeing these guys get called up, getting an opportunity. Hey, it's gonna be fun to watch, man. Baseball's in good hands. Trust me, there's some good young talent coming up the ranks for sure.
The show. All right, let's put a bow on this thing. Let's put it. Boom. There it is. All right, gift wrapped. It's in a bow tie. Sure, whatever. That didn't make sense. But Nick, great show. I'm glad I was awake to do this.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Vietnam. Shout out to Michael Scott. Go check out Nick's Twitter for sure. With his bad Ellie De La Cruz takes. He still thinks Ellie De La Cruz is the rookie of the year. We all know it's Corbin Carroll.
Rookie of the year.
No, he had a 6 RBI game yesterday. It's pretty wild.
Did had 3 strikeouts too, but
yeah, crazy. But it's like Adam Dunn struck out a lot too, right? It was okay when it's not okay when he struck out, but it's okay when Ellie De La Cruz.
We don't care when Ellie strikes out.
Right, we don't care. Yeah, we don't care. Go check out Nick's horrible takes. Go check out my Twitter if you want to see. I have started my venture on trying to be able to do cartwheels. Uh,
Oh, I
at
did see
hardcore
that.
shows.
Oh, I
At
think I did
hardcore
see that.
shows, I really embarrassed myself, Nick, last Saturday when I was at a show and I tried to do a cartwheel in the pit. It was really bad, and people were asking if I was okay. I was like, I'm perfectly fine. I was just trying to do a cartwheel. It was really bad. The one I did at work earlier this morning, I thought was much better. So you start somewhere. It's just getting better. I was at the gym this
Point.
morning.
There you
I'm
go.
training. I'm trying to get stronger. So
There
what
we
can
go.
I
I love
say?
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I gotta go tweet out that video that you posted. That's just absolutely brutal. Absolutely
please, yeah,
brutal.
please retweet it. Retweet
Hopefully,
it for do it for the brand.
hopefully I never have to see it again. Hopefully no
Oh,
more
it lives.
content of
It
that.
lives on. I still got to post it on IG.
Hopefully no more of that content lives on in the future, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, that's definitely, that's not happening. It will always, there will be more things posted on social media and whatnot.
Yep.
The crazy things that I do, you know me. So, all right, that's gonna do it for us. Let us know what you think of our Reds lineup. Give us some pictures if you think we're stupid and because we didn't really pick pitchers. I know Nick did, but if there's any pitchers that you felt like were worthy of these top spots as far as relievers go and starting pitchers, let us know. Let us know what you thought of the lineup. There's a lot of hitters, from Cincinnati, overall over the past 100 years that are worthy, honestly. So I mean, there's definitely some debate there. So shout out to Adam Dunn. Screw Vida Pinson. Adam Dunn should be in the Hall of Fame. That's it. Go follow our social media. And that's gonna do it for us. And we'll see you guys next time.